Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. Here. Oh, thank you for the like. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. What up, what up, what up? If you ain't following me, hit that follow button and that post notification bell so you never miss a beat. Never miss a beat. Never miss a beat. I need to take a shower. I'm going to take one upstairs. Do need to take my drills. I don't know. I'll just share it on here too. So this is actually May's Boxycharm box. My husband is in New Jersey still working, if you didn't know. And I'm in Tennessee. So he had my May box and sent it to me, and I forgot to change the address, so he just got my June box too. But we'll go over this. I got this My Daily Dose of Uplift Smooth and Lift. It's a cocktail collagen Kazima. I don't know them big words. Anywho's, it's supposed to lift me and firm me up. This retails at $65. This is a Dewy Eyed. It's an illuminating eye serum, and it's by Beckham, and it is $42 retail value. Then we have this Tarte Shape Tape Glow On. This retails at $27. This is Hot Toddy Heat Protectant Mist, and this retails at $27. And this is a Smoky Eye Pencil that is $18 retail. Pretty damn good box. I can't wait to see June's. I think my husband's gonna do an unboxing on his his TikTok. That's what he said. So y'all already know some of them items will go into giveaways and waffles. Tell me what happened to her TikTok. Girl, you know, it got banned. Y'all make sure y'all are hitting that like button because that really helps me out. And if there's 30 people in here, I would hope there is 30 thumbs up. Unless you're just a hater. Watch them. Well, at least 9 people are rocking with me because they hit that thumbs up. So the other 20-something are haters. Is that what y'all trying to tell me? Don't be a hater. Hit that like button. The thumbs up. The thumbs up. Thank y'all to the ones who are hitting the thumbs up button. I appreciate it. Oh, I know who it is. It's between the stepmom and my daughter, but I'm banking money on my daughter. For sure. For sure, for sure. She doesn't like the truth being out there, but it never had to be out there if the alienation would have stopped. I'm going to still talk about my story and what has happened no matter what. Because I do this for a reason. Many reasons, actually. I think my daughter is scared too because when she come to hang out with me, she was probably expecting this horrible monster of a person, which my daughter was old enough to remember. And you know, her and my son will constantly say they can't remember anything, but then they will name me like 10 different things that they remember. So what does that tell you right there? Okay. And I think that she put in her mind this horrible monster I was, and when that wasn't what she seen when she got with me, it scared her. because then she's probably thinking, well, maybe she is telling the truth, but then she's being pulled back with a stepmom who is telling her a whole different thing and treating her like a friend. I guarantee you my kids didn't have as much freedom as they have now until I was able to take them back to court and everything else. Then they probably started giving them a lot more freedom so they can be on their good side. What they actually remember. Yeah, exactly. And my daughter and them, I know my daughter remembers her stepmom covering her head and running her to her her grandma's, or I guess grandma's house or whatever, that's on the same property. And my son told me this morning that they were honest about that. I said, you want to know why they were honest about that? Because they can sit here. My son and them don't want to look at the text messages because I guess they have put into their head that they can be faked. Which if she pulled up her phone records that she's had the whole time then and matched them up to mine, it's obvious that the text messages are real. However, I have a police report for that whole incident where I went out there to try to get my kids. The police were called out there and stuff. The only reason why they told my kids the truth about that is because they knew I had a police report. Of course they're gonna, but I guarantee you, they told half the truth and then twisted the rest. That way, when I showed the police report, they could say, "Oh, well, we already told them about you come," you know. But they told my daughter in one sentence that I didn't show up. I sent my sister. Then in the next sentence, they said I showed up high, but I'm the one who called the police. It's a small hole in the wall type of town. If I would have been high when the police came out there, do you think I would have been driving away from the scene? Them motherfuckers would have threw me in jail so fast. Oh, sorry, I can't cuss on here. Oops. That's what I'm saying. Pull the girl's phone records up. She ain't had a different number. She's had the same cell phone company. Put that shit next to mine. She won't do that though, because in the messages, it shows me begging for my kids. Like I told my son, I said, ask anybody that has been abandoned by their parents. See if their parents showed up, dropped $20K on a lawyer, did all this other shit, gave up their career, moved back to a state they really don't even want to be in for kids they abandoned. Please ask them, and I guarantee you their answer is going to be no, because I didn't abandon y'all. I just didn't. And I hate that they've been told that and that's been drilled in their head, but it's not fucking true. My daughter wanted to come hang out with me, and I've been thinking, and I hate to do this, honestly, I give the kids money every week. And I'm really thinking about cutting off Marissa's money until she starts coming and hanging out with me a little bit. I feel bad doing that, though, so I'm struggling to actually do it. But I'm very much considering it. I got to do something. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, Sammer, that's what I'm getting from his lives. He's always home alone. He never has anyone to talk. That's what I think too. I'm going to tell you now, I don't think my daughter has been as neglected as my son. I do think she was up until I was able to start fighting for them. And because she's older and I guess is more manipulated in the situation, they're probably better to her, especially since she has been gravitating towards the stepmom or whatever. My son, though, I feel like they have definitely neglected. The kid doesn't have any clothes to wear, okay? He has no jeans. And when I question that, he'll be like, well, it's because I jump fences and I get holes in them. I get that, but it's no excuse. No matter how many clothes you rip, you should always have clothes. I sent a bunch of money in the beginning, and then I had to cut it down to $50 a week because I was being taken advantage of. Why didn't they buy clothes then? When I asked them a few weeks ago, I straight up asked them, I said, do y'all need clothes? They said no. They said they both had clothes. Now, do I think there might be some clothes that the stepmom just doesn't want to send to my house, which is childish? I send $500 worth of game system and everything else. You know, it just makes no sense. Just like before the alienation, they would never buy anything for the kids and send it to my house. I always sent new clothes and everything, and I never got them back. So, but the child has no clothes. He's telling me that he goes to the dentist every 6 months, but with the way his mouth looks, there's no way in hell that a dentist saw that and just left it in his mouth. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. That's why I'm taking him to a dentist, because I want to know everything that's going on with his mouth, because if I don't get it under control now, he's going to end up wearing dentures before he even hits 20. My baby, he is so smart. He is so smart. Let me reiterate that. He is so smart, but he is having trouble spelling simple words. So educationally, health-wise, physical-wise, and emotionally and mentally, I just feel like he's been neglected in every sense of the word. I believe my daughter has been to a certain extent too. I do believe she has clothes, because when she gets her money, she buys stuff like that. Like when I took her shopping and stuff, she did make sure she got herself some clothes and stuff. I don't know. It's not good though. It's not good. And the more I hear my son talk, he feels dead inside and stuff. You know, he says it on the live all the time, so it's not like I'm saying anything that he hasn't already said. But like yesterday, he made a video and he's like, someone text her to come get me. I'm dead inside. He says that kind of stuff a lot. He's always calling himself stupid. In fact, y'all hear him on the lives. It's heartbreaking to hear my son talk about himself like that. I don't know what my daughter, I know her, I'm not sure, like her other teeth. I know she's having a problem with her front teeth again, but I'm not sure about her back and tops or anything. Where's my lighter? See, this shit gets my nerves tore up talking about. Yeah, boys care about games. Yeah. Well, she was getting all that, so he should have told me, hey, I don't think he wanted to tell me that he didn't have clothes, and I think now that he's coming over, he really had no choice to tell me, you know, so. And I've been asking for their clothes size for years now, and they wait until I go trying to guess his size yesterday and then make sure that I know. It's like, this is not healthy. It's toxic. Toxic. And then, this is where the manipulation plays with the stepmom. If you look at her text messages and you're not used to the manipulation and stuff, you would think the lady is, oh, she's nice and all this. This is how her manipulation works. She acts nice, right? And then she throws in a sentence like, I would never keep them from you and the father. Because she knows that shit right there, that sentence right there is going to burn me a new asshole, and I'm going to flip out because she knows that's exactly what she's done to me. And that's the whole goal. You are nice, but then you throw something in there, you know it's going to hurt the other person to get a reaction. That is manipulation. Or yesterday when she messaged me about Skylar and him spending the night. She was nice, and then she goes, yeah, I've been working a lot so we can go on vacation in July. She said that one little sentence to get a reaction out of me or whatever. The father, what did he say when he texted me? Because she texted me, and then he texted right after her trying to get a reaction. There was something he said. I would have to go back and look at the text messages, but the point is, those are all tactics to manipulate, so it can look like to other people that they're trying to work with me, while they're really taking little jabs at me to get a reaction, because they know that those things hurt when they say them, because that's exactly what the fuck they have done. And she ain't taking them on no vacation. I'm getting them for summer. They've had the last 7 summers. I want this summer. And I'm sorry, I just don't feel like that's selfish of me to ask. But I will be called selfish because I want my children for summer. And that I'm too pushy. And that I'm pressuring them. But if I didn't do any of that at all, then I would be the worst person in the world. Oh, this sorry bitch don't even want to get her kid. You know, it's fucking nuts. They're not together anymore. It's a long story. I'm not putting all that out there. Just know that some shit's about to shake. And my lawyer does not want me talking about it. Yeah. But that's just how the manipulation works. To a person who hasn't been manipulated by these people, they would just think nothing about that unless you have a good intuition and you can tell about shit like that. But the other day when she said that one sentence, oh look, when she said that one sentence, I would never keep them away from you and the father, I thought I was going to die right there. Hey baby, look. Hey honey, you come to visit the neighbor? My Binksy would like you. You got balls? I think you might have your nuts cut off. Did somebody take your nuts, baby? They took them nuts. You some doggies and kitties in there? You want some treats? If I go get you some treats, are you gonna stay right here? You want a treat? Let me go get my treats. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on. Hold on, go get your treat. Hold on. Don't judge me, I can't help it. I got you some tweets, honey. I got you some tweets. Come here. Yeah. Some tweets for that baby. Why can't humans be as great as animals? Them good, huh? Look like he's got little socks on his feet. I think Skylar's been pushed aside. Yeah, me too. Is Marcy usually this stubborn? I feel. No, she's not normally, but if you got someone like the stepmom who comes off as goodwill but really is very vindictive and stuff, you know, doesn't help when it's going to take her being removed from the stepmom for a little bit for her to actually be able to see past the manipulation. And you know, she was asking me for proof back in August, and now that I could show her the proof, she doesn't want to see it. Stepmom is definitely blamed her mom. Stepmom reminds me of my stepmom, so she guilty me. Yeah, that's how my stepmom was too, and I believed her for a little bit. But the difference between me and my daughter is, as soon as I seen my mom and talked to her, I knew my mom was telling the truth. I knew she was. My daughter is the total opposite. I think it's just because I'm very good when it comes to reading the situation and stuff, you know. And then I also started seeing through my stepmom as well. And I remember telling her that the only reason why she wanted us is for income tax, and she made my dad kick me out. And that's when I went back to my mom, and that's when I found out the truth. It's gonna have to take the stepmom messing up, or just her getting out of that household, which is about to happen. They are banking on my kids being old enough to pick where they want to live. First of all, the stepmom has no rights to them, so that's not going to happen anyways. And they would normally be able to pick between their father and I. Considering the manipulation and the brainwashing and stuff, a judge is not going to let them make their decision like that. He's just not. Because now their mind has been altered, you know. And if you listen to my kids talk, the same shit that their dad and stepmom have said to me for years is the same things my kids are saying. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? But whatever. Here, honey, I'll give you a little more. Look at him. I'll give you a little more. You're too cute. You're too cute. Hope your owners don't get mad. You come over here and I'll spoil you up. Cat looks very clean, so I'm pretty sure it's an inside and outside cat. Girl, yeah, I know. I'm bad for that. I can't see an animal, though, and not. Y'all, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button unless you are a hater. And I got 99 people in here, 34 thumbs up. What's wrong with that picture? Stepsons is 21 and I'm still will not talk. Because you're a good stepmom, Stacy. That's why. Pretty sure my daughter. I can't help it. I love animals. I wish humans were as great as animals. But people suck. Not all people, just a lot of people. There's 52 thumbs up. The other 40 of you haterators. Damn, my skin is looking horrible. You could tell I'm stressed, man. Why does everything got to be in my face? My son's nail cut me. My husband goes, you need to stop picking at your damn face. But I didn't even do that. My son did with his fingernail by accident. Thank you, Frankie. Exit out, then can't, then it shows up thumbs up. Well, it's going up as people like it. I'm watching it go up. I graduated middle school today. Oh, congratulations. That's exciting. On to high school. You ready? You ready or you ready? When you're on the main screen, I think you have to go to like right when you come into the live or whatever, like before you click on the actual live itself. Did you get full, honey? Well, we'll leave them there for you later. You're a very pretty cat. Hey, you gonna use me like that? Oh, he's got black feet. Oh, his colors are so unique. He's got black feet, little white socks on his paws, and then he's brown and black. Come here, honey. Can I have some loving? How rude. I feed you and you give me no loving? You gonna do me like that, little buddy? Oh, you're as small as my Binksy. You look about the same age, maybe a little bit younger. Yeah, okay. Good day until the next time, I guess. I think he goes and gets him some treats from all the neighbors, is what I think. Bye, until next time. He's moving on to the next neighbor. That's funny. He's in school. He has summer school right now. What do you smell, Tawny? Look, what do you smell? got a little friend out there. I might have to start putting you on a leash, taking you out. I think he'll actually like it. When I tried to do that with Princess, it was bad. She freaked out on me, first of all. She always acts so curious about wanting to go outside, so I was like, oh, I'm going to put her on a leash and try it out. She gets out there, she starts acting like a wild-ass cat. Then, I don't know what the hell caused her to have an allergic reaction, but her little face and everything swelled up, so I was scared to take her back outside after that. Yeah, we got worried she was going to die. We didn't know what was happening, but she had an allergic reaction to something. So I haven't tried Binks on a leash yet, but I really think he would do good on a leash. He'd be like a little doggy. Tommy got her. What did she ask? I got 81 thumbs up and 99 people, so we only got about 20 haterators. That's right, don't forget the thumbs up. Oh, crap, I gotta pee. Where's my hand sanitizer at? I don't know why, but this morning when I woke up my son for school, he asked me if he could use the restroom. And I said, yeah, why are you asking me if you can use the restroom? Unless he was thinking, but I told him the plumbing wasn't messed up anymore. But I thought it was odd that he asked me to use the restroom, so I'm not even going to say what I was starting to think. But anywho, yeah, I just thought that was really odd. I mean, it could have been because of the plumbing, but I done told him that was fixed. That's the whole reason why he's been coming over, is because it got fixed. I wish my mother would try like you do. You know, my kids despise me for trying. My son said the other day, he goes, first you abandon me and then you ruin my life by coming back. So my kids think me trying so hard is a nuisance to them. So you say that now, but then if you actually had a parent that tried like me, then it'd probably be the opposite. If the stepmom could have the kids on Snapchat, she does. She does have them on Snapchat. Her and Marissa snap all the time together. She won't even let me get a picture of her, but then she'll stop in the middle of the mall to take one for her stepmom. Toxic. But you know, that's what another thing that confuses me. My kids have believed for a long time that I've abandoned them, right? Well, I'm sitting here screaming that I haven't abandoned them, and I've done everything that should show them that I haven't. And you know, I don't know. According to their therapy records and stuff, oh, I wish you would try and stuff, but that's all I've done, and they just don't want to embrace it or anything, and they want to. I get that they do not want to believe that their dad and stepmom lied to them. I truly do get that, But I'm sorry, no parent who abandons their children comes back and does everything that I've fucking done. I don't care who you are. Name me one parent that has abandoned their child that has done that. Except for maybe a parent that was strung out on drugs and they decided to change their life around and stuff, which they were open and honest about abandoning their children, right? If I had abandoned, my kids have already told me if you would just admit to it, it would make it a lot easier, right? So if I had really abandoned them, wouldn't it make more sense for me to own up to that so we could start building our relationship? But I did not abandon them, and I will never admit to something I didn't do. I only take accountability for the things I do, not something that someone has created as a law. I'm just not. What would I get out of lying about all this? What would I get out of that? It makes no sense. This is a lot of fucking money. It would be easier on me if I just I abandoned them and didn't even take it to court or anything else. I'm losing time, money, careers, and everything else. It makes no sense. It just doesn't. I also have a slew of freaking evidence. So much evidence. It's mind-boggling. When the judge sees everything I have, he's going to be like, what the fuck? Okay? Just does not make no sense. It just doesn't. Go ask any child that's ever actually been abandoned by their mom or dad and tell me if those parents have done what the fuck I've done. I guarantee you the answer is going to be no. Fucking people who abandon their kids do not do everything that I've done. They just don't. And at that point, if I would have abandoned them, wouldn't it make more sense for me to wait until they got 18 if I had actually abandoned them since they've been this long without me? Wouldn't it make more sense for me to wait until they got 18 instead of wasting all this money to fight for them? But I didn't abandon them, and I very much want my kids always have. I didn't go through DCS 2 different times and do every fucking hoop or jump through every hoop them fucking people wanted me to for no reason. I mean, I haven't stayed clean the last 7 years just for myself because I'll just be straight up with you. If it weren't for my kids, I probably would have been getting high through all this. I mean, that's just factual. That's just realness. I'm a realist. If it wouldn't have been for my kids and going through all the pain that I've been through the last 7 years, I would have definitely gotten high. My kids is what kept me clean. I'm sorry. Nobody does that for kids they abandon. It don't even add up. Exactly. My mother left me and she would never come back and do half the stuff you do for your kids. Exactly. I wish my mom would get off meth and love me and my brother. First of all, she does love you and your brother. She's stuck in addiction right now, which is a disease and it'll eat the person and change everything about them. So don't ever say your mother doesn't love you, because I promise you she does. I can swear to you your mom loves you. And if someone's telling you that she doesn't, that's a lie. She is stuck in a disease. That disease is a very selfish disease. Getting high is a choice. Addiction is a disease. And when you occur this disease, it will eat you from the inside out, make you change everything about you. Some parents feel like not being around their kids in that state of mind is protecting them. Some people try to be functioning addicts like I do. It can go either way. But the one thing I do know, no matter how many drugs your mama does, is she loves you very much. Don't ever think that she doesn't. She's stuck in a cycle and her abuser. That's another thing. The cycle of abuse is very hard to break as well. And, you know, the thing about all of it is that the kids suffer the most out of it. But she does love you. She's just very sick right now. She needs some help. She needs help. But she does love you, baby. Don't ever doubt that. Her disease has just got her caught up. The cycle of abuse has got her caught up, and she has lost sight of everything that really matters. And I hope she'll find the strength to get on the right track. And I hope that you, and if you have any siblings, are her main reason to do that. Addiction affects everybody else differently. My mom was, she was my abuser. She was on drugs and stuff. And, you know, I used to think if I was hiding my drug abuse from my kids and I wasn't doing what my mom did, that I was okay. Well, my addiction still ended up affecting my kids. And my mom would have never fought for me like I fought for my kids. You know, I did that because I'd be damned if I was going to be like my mom, you know. But some people, sometimes, unfortunately, it's not enough just for them to get clean for their kids because they're so caught up and lost in it. My kids gave me strength because of what I went through during my childhood. I didn't want my kids to have to go through that. But what got me clean won't get your mom clean, you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean she doesn't love you. She loves you very much. She's just sick. She's very, very sick. And addiction is a very selfish disease. And it destroys everything in its path, especially the children. And it's not fair. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to your siblings. And I'm sorry you're having to go through that. Yep, that's how addiction is. That is. A person has to be able to have the will and fight and desire to want to get clean. And sometimes they can have that desire to get clean, but not that strength to get clean. Because I can promise you now, getting clean is hard. It is really hard. I mean, you have to have a lot of strength to maintain that. And that's why a lot of people go into maintenance programs and stuff. And I encourage people, if that's what it fucking takes to get you clean, do so. I don't care about the stigma or anything else. If you go into a maintenance program and you do what you're supposed to do and you don't just go there to not be sick or just go there so you can do that and street drugs and you work that program, then by all means do that, because I would rather see you in a maintenance program than sticking a needle in your arm, shoving drugs up your nose, chasing that high every day, not able to have your kids. Don't let somebody putting a stigma on something stop you from getting on it. If that's what it fucking takes, that's what it takes. You know, it's just like depression. Some people need medicine, some people don't. Not everybody's the same, but if you are stuck in addiction and it takes a maintenance program to get you on the straight and narrow, by all means do it, because I've seen it save a lot of people's lives. And a lot of people won't get on it because of this stigma. And they're like, well, I don't want to be on that. But you'll go shove a needle in your arm every day. You'll shove drugs up your nose every day. You know what I mean? So you just got to think, what type of life do you want? Do you want one that's chasing drugs every day? You can't even wake up without being sick. You got to spend all your money on it. You ain't got your kids. You can't hold down a job. You can't save money. You can't build your credit. Or do you want a productive life? And if going into a maintenance program is what gives you that productive life, then fucking do it. Do it. I mean, they're both the same to me, but rehab is where I find it all rehab. It's all rehab. It's just people rehabilitating in different ways, honestly. But rehab is where people go to get off everything. Maintenance program is where you get on Suboxone, Subutex, methadone, something like that. And your doctor works with you to find you a stable dose that you take once a day, every day. And that medicine most of the time blocks out the thoughts of wanting and needing to go chase street drugs. However, It's not just that easy. You also have to have the mentality to go with it, because just anybody can go up into a methadone program or a Suboxone program and get the damn shit and take it, but that doesn't mean they're working it right if they're going and buying dope from Sally, Sue, and May down the street, you know? So you also have to have the mentality of living a sober lifestyle. You have to go in there and know that you're going to do right, and you're not going to abuse the medicine. You're not going to take it with nothing else. You are really going to work that program. And as long as you're doing that, you are living a sober lifestyle. Seeing your counselor and stuff. It saved a lot of people's lives. I've watched it. There's such a stigma on it. But just like there's people who go to pain clinics, because of people like me gave other people being on it at all a bad name. There's some people that are on that they do not abuse it. They take it the way they're supposed to, and they genuinely need it because they stay in pain. Well, here comes a dumbass like me going to the doctor or buying it off the street, abusing it. Now there's this stigma around everybody or anybody that happens to have pain medication. You just can't place stigmas on people like that. Every situation is different, and you're always going to have a few bad apples out of the bunch, you know? And that's with anything in life. Or they sell it for drugs, yep. Now I have a job, a house paid off. Yes! Brand new 2018 Chevy 4x4. Period, poo. And that's what I'm talking about. That shit saves lives. Thank you for the answer. Oh, that's some spammer. Thank you for the answer, and that makes sense. I can see how people... And yeah, exactly. Now, if someone goes in there and they're like, oh, I'm just going to do this so I don't have to be sick, or I'm going to do this and every other fucking drug in the streets, it won't work. You're not living a sober lifestyle at that point, and you're making the people who go to the maintenance programs look bad. Because there are some people who really work them programs and really do what they're supposed to do, and, you know, that just makes them look bad. And it breaks my heart, because them faculties save so many lives. I have seen lives be saved right before my very eyes. And I'm sorry, I'd much rather see someone in a maintenance program than shoving a needle in their arm or drugs up their nose, chasing that high every day, losing their kids, having no trust with family members or friends, you know. Maintenance programs can be very, very helpful. You know, just like some people have this stigma around being on it for a long time. You know, I don't give a shit if you got to be on the shit for the rest of your life, if that's what's keeping you from chasing street drugs. Well, that's just like a depression medication. Some people might need that for the rest of their lives. People also had this stigma on it that it damages bones and all this. Well, I've talked to several people, because when I heard about all this, I educate myself on stuff. And plus, I used to be in a Suboxone treatment and all that. Anyways, I have talked to several people who have been in MAT programs, Suboxone programs, you name it, they have done it. And that's not true. It's just not true. People, every time something goes wrong, someone wants to blame something on methadone or the Suboxone or whatever, because I guess that's just their go-to. But you probably have underlying issues already. You know, I'm not going to say that maybe some of the medicines can't affect other people differently than some people, because that's with any medicine. But it's not going to deteriorate your bones, and it's not going to make your bones weaker, and all this shit. It's just not. The methadone Suboxone help people toward a life completely drug-free. Exactly. And there's some people, you know, they can eventually get off of it. Everybody's different. So what I'm saying is, if you choose that for yourself and you don't want to be on it forever and you come off of it, that's great. Just be careful and tread lightly, especially when coming off something like that, because I don't want to see nobody go backwards. However, if you are one of them people that decide you need to be on it long term, do not let nobody shame you into that, and not to. You know what I mean? Don't feel like you can't do that because of what other people say. And honestly, if you want to get technical, some of the medicines can help with pain. And there are people, the whole reason why they got addicted to drugs to begin with is because they were going to a doctor, getting a prescription for legit pain issues, and then it become an issue. So that medicine can also help someone with long-term pain issues, chronic pain issues. You know what I mean? As long as the person's working the program and they're living a sober lifestyle, that right there is all that matters. The biggest changes I've had getting sober did not result from quitting drugs. It came from quitting. Ooh, I like that. I'm screenshotting that. Oh, I like that. I ain't heard that one yet. Period. I'm going to read that again. The biggest changes I had after getting sober did not result in quitting drugs. It came from quitting the drug lifestyle. Can I get an amen? Hallelujah. Yes, baby girl. I love that. That's on period. That is on period. And not to mention, a lot of these people you wouldn't even know were on anything like that if they weren't so open and honest. Which, you know, people should have people about that kind of stuff because that helps educate other people, you know? Like Lady Bird, she's a good one to go watch. She talks about all this. She's in a program, not about the program. So she's, plus I love her to death anyways. Oh, it's definitely a mind game. Oh my God. And it don't matter if you got 20 years clean, you are not safe. That's another thing. I see people go into relapse because they'll have years clean and they'll think that they'll get too comfortable in their recovery. And that can be toxic and dangerous in itself. Never think because you got years of clean time that you can't go backwards, because yes, you can, because it'll take that one thought, that one time you're going through something and then wheels start spinning in that head. It's a constant battle. It's something you will struggle with for the rest of your life because we have addictive personalities and that's just how it is. Definitely a constant mind fuck. Strong, don't let anyone ever bring you down. Go into rehab. Period. I love that. Yes, guys. That's exactly why my doctor said he won't give me pain meds for my fibromyalgia. He don't want me getting addicted to anything because of fibromyalgia. Yeah. Yeah. And that's good. You got a good doctor, because that's what's wrong with a lot of these doctors. But you know what kills me, though? There are some people that genuinely need stuff like that. And, you know, it's for like something after surgery. Like Buckeye's had surgery, not an addict or anything. And he can't even get, he went through a hard time even getting any pain medicine at all. Which I get, a lot of doctors are scared. But I know plenty of people who don't even need medicine like that, still getting scripts, but someone who has surgery has a hard time getting something for comfort, and it just pisses me off. What breaks my heart is the ones who get clean and slip up once. Yeah, you know why that ends up killing them? Because most of the time, we all, as addicts, we have that, oh, we can do the same amount that we've always done mentality, and that's what gets them every fucking time. They go to do as much as they did before they quit, and yeah, you can't do that. Takes that one slip up. I'm telling you, you got to be on top of that shit. You can never get comfortable in recovery. Never, ever, ever. I've been clean for years now, and I even have thoughts sometimes. You know what I mean? That's just the reality of it. It's definitely a disease. I mean, do y'all honestly think in the 7 years that I've been through all this that I haven't thought about getting high at all? I'd be lying if I told you that I didn't. I have several times. It's about what you do after you have that thought go through your mind that matters. I never gave birth to my second child. Huh, that's crazy. You want to know something I did realize though, getting clean? Like before, when I was an addict, I would swear up and down that non-narcotic medications didn't work. I would swear up and down I needed that pain medication. Except for when it came to a toothache. The only thing that would work is Excedrin. No pain medicine would help that. Now that I've been clean for so long, I can take an ibuprofen or something and see how helpful it really is. And it's just mind-boggling to me because in addiction, I would swore up and down that ibuprofen wasn't helping me with shit. I went and had all my teeth pulled the first week. The first time it was all my tops. I went back 2 weeks later, had all my bottoms pulled. I had no pain medicine. The only thing they gave me was ibuprofen, and that shit helped me tremendously. Tremendously. If I would have still been in active addiction, I would have swore up and down it wasn't helping me. But it really does. It's just trippy when you think about it, and you think about where you were versus where you are. It's just, I don't know, it's crazy. Right, Morgan? Or they would give me morphine or what was it? What was another one? Fentanyl or whatever. That's before fentanyl was a mainstream drug and stuff. And I would swear up and down neither one of them things were helping me because it wasn't the type of pain medicine I wanted. I didn't like morphine and shit. I liked Percocets. Those were my favorites. Or Roxy's or something like that, you know? Basically, I was saying that the morphine didn't work because my ass wanted some Percocets, which technically morphine is stronger than Percocets. That's that addictive mentality, though. And you know what's crazy? Hold on, let me read that comment first. My husband asked me why I watch it stuff so much. I told him because, oh, I grew up with two parents who were addicts. Oh, damn, I am so sorry to hear that. But I'm happy that I can inspire you because y'all inspire me too. But I'm so sorry to hear about your parents. And that's another thing. So many people lose their lives to addiction. It breaks my heart. And you know, now these kids have it going through the high schools and everything else. Yeah, Percocets were my favorite. And them school bus Percocets, yeah. Yeah. You know, some people get mad when people talk about their past addiction, but it's like, dude, that was because you're like, what are they saying? You're romanticizing your addiction or some shit. No, it's called reality. That's how it is. People need to hear this kind of shit, you know? You can't sweep it under the rug and act like it never happened. Now, if you start talking about it and then you start having thoughts about doing it and then you go do it, now that's a different story. Or some people will say seeing others nod out triggers them. It doesn't trigger me at all. You know what it does? It breaks my heart for them people. It makes me go back to a time that I was them and how sick I truly was. And all I want to do is wave a magic wand and take their pain away, take their suffering away, take their addiction away. The shit doesn't trigger me. It hurts my heart for them. It genuinely hurts my soul. You know, and yeah, see that, maybe you get what I'm saying. Even middle schools have drugs going through them. So sad. Yeah, and people are pressing these pills now with fentanyl, sheetrock stuff. It's sickening. It's killing a lot of people too. Kids are buying fake Xanaxes on Snapchat, so parents be aware of that. Oh no, shit's heartbreaking. And I'm so worried about my kids because they have addicts on both sides of the family. I just pray to God that watching me go through what I've went through, me telling them my stories, will keep them away from all that. because I worry about my kids so much, especially with all the emotional trauma and stuff they've been through. And you know, you start hanging out with people that have that type of stuff, and then they start peer pressuring you, and then you're like, fuck it, and then you try, and then before you know, it gives you that feel good feeling, but and then it starts numbing you, so then you like it too much, and then that's how it all begins. Once I snorted, because taking them orally is not what got me. Snorting the pill is what got me. The moment I snorted them, not even 6 months later, it went downhill that fucking fast. I can remember moving in with my husband at his uncle's lake house. And I remember it was I'll never forget it. It was like it was yesterday. It was a pink Hydro 10 that I had. And I went in our bedroom, and I started crushing it up on the dresser. At that moment, I could feel myself craving the pill. And I said to myself, fuck, I think you're getting addicted, Christina. I literally said this to myself and proceeded to snort the pill. I remember so many times through my addiction crying and begging out to God as I snorted a pill to take the addiction from me. I had every desire to want to be clean. I just didn't know how to get clean. And honestly, I never seen myself getting clean. I had my tonsils taken out at 18, and they gave me Oxycharm. What? Oh, they didn't give you the liquid hydrocodone shit? Oxy 20s and why would they give you all that? How old? 18? Oh no, you were definitely over medicated. My son graduated this year, but he's seen a boy at school. That's sad. Yeah, my son's always telling me about his little friends, and my son's 13, getting caught with weed and everything else. I did go to rehab. As a matter of fact, I went to inpatient rehab at Bradford, and they shipped me off to Alabama. I was only down there for a week because my insurance booted me out. And then I went to outpatient rehab with Bradford as well. And that's who I went back the second time when DCS got involved as well. And Helen Robb McNabb. So I've done inpatient, outpatient, and all that stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. The rehab never helped me, and this is why. When I got clean, it was one of them things. I wasn't ready to get clean. I wanted to be clean. I was not ready to get clean. There is a big difference. DCS is what got me clean, because it was drugs or my kids. My kids are going to come first, so I went to rehab. The DCS lady wanted me to wait until court before I did anything, which was like 2 weeks later, I believe. No, as soon as they came, took my kids and put them with their dad, the very next day? It might have been, I had to ask my cousin. It was either that same day or the very next day. I think it was the very next day. Me and her went up to Bradford, and we sat there all day until my insurance and all that got accepted, and they shipped me off to Alabama. So I only had the mentality of getting clean long enough to get my kids back. That's just the truth of it. When I got caught the second time and DCS got involved, I had already been using for a few months at that point. I wasn't even clean a year before I relapsed. The second time, I was actually sort of ready to get clean. I'm not going to say I was fully ready, but I was sort of ready. And DCS got back involved. The first time they were involved for 4 months, the second time for 6 months. And at that point, I was more or less ready, and I was tired of living the lifestyle, but I don't think I was fully ready, but I stayed clean. I did stay clean until the relapse happened in 2014, and that was like 5 months after the alienation started with my kids. And, some girls at work had some shit, and I was like, fuck it, let's get high, that's just how it happened. And then I went and I have these stories on YouTube. Then I went and did some stupid shit that landed me in jail with some very serious charges. And I told myself right then I was going to have to put myself in counseling to get to the root of the issue of why I use, or I was going to end up losing my kids for good, and everything that their father had been saying about me for the past 5 months was going to look true and everything else. So I basically had to make a decision in that moment, because I woke up in jail. And everything was a big old blur. And I gave myself an ultimatum: my kids or this lifestyle. Obviously, I chose my kids. So, my husband. Oh, that is awesome, Candy. Tell him congratulations. That is a big deal. I'm 6 years clean off IV meth. Yes, girl. And by the end, I was treating everything. I'm so glad I moved away. I'm glad you did too. I am so proud of you. You ought to be proud of yourself. We do recover, bitches. Period. That makes me happy every time I see someone in recovery. And that's another thing too. People say getting clean is the hardest. None of us ever want to go through the sickness that it entails to get clean and stuff, because it fucking sucks, right? But here's the thing. Getting clean is not the hard part. No, ma'am. No, sir. It is staying clean that is the hard part. That is when the real work comes in, is when you got to stay clean. Yes, yes, yes. And this is another thing I tell people too that end up having a relapse. I start my clean time. I did in the beginning. I started it over because I was like, oh, I have to start my clean time over. Well, then my counselor was like, why would you start your clean time over for a half a day of you screwing up? So all the progress you have made in all this time shouldn't go away just because you had a slip up. Now, if you would have continued to use, then you would have had to start your clean time over again. But that's not what happened. So some people, not all people, some people have relapses. Sometimes that can be a part of someone's recovery, that can be a part of their journey. Everybody's journey is different. This is what I tell someone who has relapse: not to beat themselves up. You cannot beat yourself up. If you do that, you'll all put all this guilt and shame on yourself that we already carry anyways. And then that's just going to keep you on the ground on your knees. When you have a slip up, or if you have a slip up, you need to remember that sometimes you're going to fall in life. And it's not about whether you fell or not. It's about what you do after you fall. Are you going to lay there on the ground helpless, or are you going to get back up, dust your knees off, and keep it fucking moving? I suggest you get up, dust your knees off, and keep it moving. Shit happens sometimes. Sometimes that can be a part of your journey. But you can't beat yourself up, and you can't sit there and shame yourself, because it will only keep you using. Get your ass up, dust your knees off, and keep fighting for your life. Because you are definitely in for the fucking battle of your life, I promise. Because people think it's been just so easy for me to be clean throughout the 7 years. Fuck no, it ain't. I have had thoughts so many times of, fuck it, nothing I do is good enough, let me use. Fuck it, I'm never going to get to see my kids again, let me use. I didn't know. It's about what you do once you have that thought go through your mind. I like doing something else to take my mind off of that when I start having them thoughts. Yes, I'm writing my comment until she sees it. Oh, sorry, probably me talking. I'm coming to Tennessee July 15th. Yeah. I'm coming to Dollywood with you. I'm just inviting myself. No, I won't do that to you and your family, but I do want to see you. There are no used to be drug addicts. Always an addict. You can't get comfortable. Yep, that's straight up how it is. That's straight up how it is. And if I look back, honestly, I should have seen this coming a mile away, honestly, because I have always had an addictive personality. And it's crazy because a lot of things I didn't understand until I went to counseling, and then it all started making sense. But I've abused everything my whole fucking life. It didn't matter what it was: candy, drinks, cigarettes, anything that I like. I overly compulse over, and then once I'm done with it, I'm done. It's weird how it works. So, like, for example, a Moe's burrito. I will eat them every day if I could, and then love it and overindulge in it, and then one day I'll just be over it and done with it. And then I don't want nothing to do with it, either forever or for a very long time. There is no gray area with me. It's one extreme or another. I don't know. And then I remember taking these little the pet egg things that have the candy in it, and I would legit pretend those were pills. I don't even know how I knew what pills were at that age, because I don't ever remember seeing my mom take pills or anything like that. But I was taking them and acting like they were pills. I'm like, I think about that type of shit now after going through addiction, and I'm like, if that wasn't a fucking sign, I don't know what was. Addiction is, yeah, it really has. It really has. It is sickening. Well, there ain't nothing glamorous about fucking getting high. You know, I used to think it was okay to get high if you were in a social setting and you only did it sociably and stuff, until I become an addict. And people make you, I don't know, it's almost like I thought doing drugs was also cool. And, you know, I never really, I don't know, like, when you don't really fit in anywhere in life and then you find a group of people that you click with, it sort of draws you in. But the thing is, I only clicked with them people around drugs. It was all centered around drugs. I don't know. I don't know. It's definitely not glamorous. It'll destroy your life so fucking quick. 6 months, I was downhill. 6 months. It's definitely not nothing glamorous about it. It takes your morals. It takes your loved ones. It takes everything. Your finances, your money, I mean. It takes everything. When I'm talking about it possesses you like an entity would your body, and it absorbs everything about you. It takes over completely. That's the only thing I know to compare it to, is being possessed. It's trippy. Oh, did I tell y'all? Yeah, I made a video. My light bill, if y'all are curious, was $220 for my first month. Now, granted, everything's not constantly running in here right now. However, there was a few days that them air units were running upstairs because I didn't realize they weren't kicking off, which I've got that figured out too. So now that I got it figured out and it can be a steady temperature in the house, except for when I'm cold and I turn it off, we'll see what it is next month. But yeah, $220. I thought it was going to be more, honestly, for a 2-story house. I was freaking out about it because it has central heat and air, and then it also has 2 window units up top. Yep, your addictive tendencies. Yep, your addictive tendencies were always there. You started pills, you became chemical. Yep, that's true. That's why the addiction is a disease. Most burritos didn't do that to you. You're either going to jail or living in hell. Yep, that's straight up. I'm so lucky not to be dead or in prison. Like, straight up. Oh, I'm sure that when everything starts running on a constant basis, and my son, he's one of those kids that like to leave, well, I think that's all kids, honestly, that like to leave every light in the house on. He sleeps with his light on in his room, and I don't think he wants to tell me he's scared of the dark or something, but I sort of think he is, so I'm going to get him a night light. Or get him a little lamp or something. Because even if he is, he's never going to tell me that because he needs to feel macho. My bill is normally Only about 250. Why was it 300 last month for what? Well, sometimes it raises up when it switches to summer and stuff. Yeah, it's not bad because I thought it was going to be really horrible for as big as this house is. So we'll see now that my son's over here a lot more and everything else. And then once my daughter comes, we'll really know. But if it can stay about that or even up to 270, I'll be straight. I just don't want it going into the 300. He'll be back after school today. No, he hasn't been doing sleep streams. He'll stay on there until late. And that's another thing, too. I used to have my kids on a bedtime schedule. Now that they're older, you don't want to make their bedtime too early, like 9 o'clock and shit. That's lame. So maybe like 10, 11 o'clock on school nights. And then during the summer, I don't care as long as you're in your room and I can sleep, But you can tell that he's not been on a bed schedule even for school. Because this child will stay up most of the night. And, it's hard to break that type of stuff once another party has allowed them to do it for so long, So I don't know how I'm going to handle that situation. But she's been doing pretty good. I mean, he'll quieten down when I ask him to and stuff. But I need him to get the proper rest for school. You know what I mean? Because you want to be able to focus. So I'm trying to work out a deal that I can get him to go to bed at a decent hour on school nights. And then when it's not school nights, do what you want. If you want to stay up all night, play in your room on the damn game, do what you do, baby, Yeah, me too, Morgan. Big time. I would love for you. Hey, that's a good idea. We really will. I just didn't want to invite myself and tag along and interrupt your family time, It'd be nice if by that point Marissa, which July, yeah, she should be here with us too. I'm 21 and go to bed every night. Girl, that's how I was too. Well, after I got clean and stuff. Now, when I went clean, it was way later than that. Does this stepmom have other kids in the home too? Why would she have remembered? She has her daughter that's like 5, along with my kids in the household. That's what I don't understand. For school nights, now, unless Skylar's just trying to press it, because you know how kids are. When they have to go back and forth to households, they might see what they can get away with the other parent more. But he says he does this all the time, so I don't know. But during school week, I just want him to go to bed at a decent hour, at least by midnight. At least by 11. Well, no, he should actually be in bed by 10, 11 because he really needs that full 8 hours to get some good sleep to be able to focus properly in school. So I just got to figure out how I'm going to do this. My 13-year-old phone away at 10 at night during school summer. You can go to bed or read a book. Sorry. Yeah, but that's what that was easy for you because you've had your child and your child hasn't been kept from you and manipulated and allowed to do God knows what for however long. When you go through a situation like mine and your kids have been alienated from you and they're used to a particular routine at the one person's house, it's hard to tell them they can no longer do that. You know what I mean? Because they're not going to want to, So I'm going to work out a deal with him. I just don't know what yet to try to get him to bed at a decent hour. I just want to know he's getting enough sleep. Yeah, he gets up pretty good for school, Amanda. I was shocked by that because I thought he was going to give me problems. He gets right up. Yeah, it's going to be very hard to do that. And like I said, I don't care when it's not a school night. As long as you're not keeping me up all night, I don't care. But on school nights, I would at least want him in bed by 11, you know? That way he can get a good night's rest. Because how are you getting a good night's rest and focusing in school if you're staying up until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning? Which he said he went to bed. He went to bed the other night. As soon as I woke him up after the movie, he went right in there and laid down, he said. And then last night, he said he didn't stay up too late either. Get there. No, I try not to talk to her as least as possible, especially until court. I'm honestly tired of having to talk to that stop mom, and when it comes to my kids, we won't even get on that subject. And hell, asking her for any information about my kids is like pulling teeth. I've been asking for clothes sizes for years now, and I'm just now getting it, so it's pointless when it comes to her. I just try not to talk. Bare minimum, until I get this shit in court. Yep, my daughter's 16 and her bedtime on school night. Yeah, see, that's what I think. 11 is a good time. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out somehow. He already said he would mow the grass for me too. I said, well, if I get a lawnmower and you mow the grass, then I'll pay you what I was going to pay someone else to actually cut it. And that could be like your chore money or something. And I said, if you start pulling the trash cans to the end of the road, he said he would do that too. I did, Tracy, because I get so upset when it comes to talking about that girl. I can't even talk right. Can't do that half the time anyways. Girl, I'm with you on that. I like going to bed early too, but here lately I've been going to bed at like midnight 1, which I was doing that even before. For the last couple months I have been, because I'll get on the damn TikTok and watch these videos. But I'm not even gonna lie, the stupid movie Chucky's Curse last night, I do remember watching that one now, and I was still not impressed by it. They ruined the Chucky series. Why would you make it completely different than the other ones? Like, normally Chucky leaves off in the new movies where he left off in the last movie. You know what I mean? Starts where he left off in the last movie. This Chucky movie was... And I hope the Curse of Chucky... Can anybody tell me the Cult of Chucky, if it's any good? Because I don't want to pay for it if it's not. I wasted $4 last night. And me and Skylar, neither one of us could get through it. He was ready to go Snapchat his girlfriend, and I was trying to get through the damn movie myself. It's terrible too. Shit. I love Chucky. They just had to go mess up a classic. Oh, my son told me to stop pacing back and forth. That makes his anxiety bad. I said, well, I pace back and forth because my anxiety is always bad. He'll actually wipe off his feet for me, too, because I have this, like, OCD thing where if you... I don't even... It's embarrassing. So, like, before you get in bed at night, you know, your little feet need to be wiped off so you're not putting crumbs, or if you're going to, you know, pick them up. It's a thing, okay? And he actually does that for me, he said, because he knows how it is having OCD. Stepmom is trying to be a step. She's trying to be her friend. That's why Marissa... Yeah? Oh, I know. You're absolutely right. My son said that is her friend, because I said Marissa's been lying to me about going off with her friends and stuff, and she's really with the stepmom. He goes, well, that is her friend. What? I'm telling you now. They have had more freedom since I've been able to afford a lawyer than they ever did. They were on a tight leash until that. Now they let them have a lot more freedom because they want to butter them up and get them on their good side. Like a lot of stuff, the stepmom has constantly said no to my kids about. And now that I'm like, oh yeah, I'll let you. Now she's going to let them too. Everything I've ever said I wanted to do or have done with my kids, they have went and copied me. Facts, facts, facts. Facts, facts, facts. And then she's talking about some stupid vacation in July. She better hope to God it's not Disney World. Especially after I said that. They had 7 years to do that. They didn't, just like the beach thing. Had 7 years to take them. And as soon as I said I wanted to be the first one to take them, they did. The kids said, that's because we asked them to. I said, we won't even get into that. Then why didn't you ask them the 7 years prior then? Come on now. My kids cover up a lot for them, and I constantly catch them in laws too. I've already made a video about that on TikTok. Go watch it. I have a fire stick in New Jersey. I don't know if I brought it with me or not. I'm pretty sure it's still in Jersey. Isn't it a fire stick, Tommy? Isn't that what I bought you, a fire stick? And the shit's never been used. It's been sitting there. That's all he talked about, is wanting a fucking fire stick. And then I get it and he don't even use it. I'm now 4 years clean. I'm happier now. I'm proud of you, Morgan. We do recover. You should have missed that fire stick. I can watch pretty much Conjuring last week. Yeah, don't you have to jailbreak it though? By the way, like, I have a fire stick. I'm pretty sure that's what I bought Tommy, but it's not jailbroke or anything. And I heard the ones that you watch everything on are jailbroken. Well, see, I don't know how to jail. I mean, we ain't gonna talk about that for legal reasons. That's a joke. Holler at me, Lexi. I try, man, bull crap, because I looked on YouTube, and those videos were a joke. But granted, I only tried like 1 or 2 of them, and then I gave up and forgot all about the fire stick. Tommy, isn't that a fire stick? I need you to send it my way. Shawty, send it my way, since you ain't gonna use it. YouTube. Oh, and also, when you do that, does the fire stick work per TV or on all TVs? Or if you want on individual TV, do you have to buy a fire stick for each TV? Does watching your lives go to... I sure the fuck hope so, Tracy. That's what I was curious about. I need to look that up. I got an ashtray on my porch, if y'all are wondering. I do mine by watching YouTube videos. I just finished watching the Saw. I love Saw. I don't like getting HBO though, because HBO has nothing like all them apps for like Showtime, HBO. They'll play good movies, but then they'll constantly play the same good movies over and over again. They need to make some more Saw movies while they bullshitting. Oh, hold on. Didn't my husband just say a new Saw movie was coming out or is out? No, maybe. I want to see if Skylar, we might have a sleep stream on Twitch tonight. Get him to sleep in the living room with me. I'll sleep in the recliner. He sleeps on the couch and do a little sleep stream, because that's what he's been wanting to do. I have the Amazon Cube that is brand new in a box. If you will use it, I will send it to you. What is that Amazon Cube? Hell yeah, I'll use it. Send it my way. Send it my way. What is the Amazon Cube, though? A Venom. How much you want for it, girl? Did you ever see my... Baby girl, no, I haven't. I have not seen it yet. I've been so busy, I honestly forgot to go look. Is the dad fit? I assume not because the kids stepmom. Is dad fit? I assume not because the kids are with stepmom. Nope. Sure ain't. When he moved, he got a 1-bedroom. Now, I can understand places are slim pickings right now, but if that's the case, at least make sure that you make a bedroom for one of the kids and have a bed in it, and then put one in the living room or whatever. But he gets the bedroom, so. Anywho's. He'll be moving now that I said that, though. That he should have been getting a place big enough from get-go, is the way I look at it. I had a hard time finding a place too, but I didn't stop looking until I found a place big enough. I did that in a couple of weeks, so. I had been looking for a long time, but I had to physically come down here and just start looking before I found something. And I think Tommy, or no, his cousin found this house. Nothing clean out, bought, and never used. It's supposed to be. Yeah, I will definitely use it. Heck yeah, Keisha, please. Thank you. You're awesome. If you want a few bucks for it, I'll throw it your way. Absent father versus rightful stepmom versus fit. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. I'm glad some people can see this, because some people be acting blind. Just like, I don't want to say Kaylee. Pre-workout. Damn. Say you're a recovering addict without saying you're a recovering addict. I need my energy, baby. Oh, is it good, Amy? Because I ain't found no other pre-workout that can work like this. Have you heard of Browmar? I don't think so. Or Bomar. No, I don't think so. I don't think I have. Are they good? Send it my way. Shawty, send it my way. I'll definitely try it. Let you know what I think. I love how Skylar has been loving social media. I do too. I was like, look at you being my little creator or whatever. Oh man. Yesterday, he asked me to get him a cream soda out of the refrigerator, so I did. And he goes, thank you. I love you, ugly. I was like, oh, I love you too, guys. Mom, I love you too. But I didn't say it. I kept it calm, cool, and collective. Calm, cool, and collective. This is Athlete's Pre, is what it's called, Amy. I would show you a sticker, but I done ripped it off of there. But it's Athlete's Pre. Well, it seems like I have a lot of energy because when I'm around people I like or whatever, I project a lot, and I think that could be the undiagnosed ADHD and the anxiety mix. Who knows? However, I try to give myself energy by drinking Venoms, which do work when I first wake up and I drink it for like half a second and then it goes away. And then pre-workout, this is the only pre-workout I can find that works for me. And if I'm up moving around or exercising, it really kicks in. But most of the time, energy stuff really does the opposite on me. So I think it's just more of a mind thing than anything. It normally does the opposite, and actually, I come like on 5-hour energy shots. I crash on them bad. But those are the only two things that I can find that gives me a little bit of energy. Like I said, Venoms though, it's only for like a couple of minutes. I'll feel that little burst of energy. Monsters don't do that to me. Nothing does besides this. And like I said, it has to be when I first wake up, because when I try to drink them throughout the day after I'm already up, I can't tell a difference. Where do you get it at? I got it offline since I've been down here at Walmart online. And then normally they sell it at like ShopRite, which is a store up north. But you can order it online, because I ordered it from Walmart online. They don't have it inside the actual store. I do too. I think he doesn't know how to tell me, like he doesn't know how to straight up say I love you. So he jokes around about it when he does it. So like him telling me I love you ugly last night, I was like, I love you too, baby. That's his way of telling me he loves me, because he doesn't know how to say it yet. Like he'll call me Ma, like he was calling me Ma the other day, but he does it in a way. You know how people laugh or joke about things to make themselves more comfortable when they say it? That's how he is. Someone on live last night told Tommy to watch Buckeyes that y'all were having an affair. Oh, yeah. Buckeyes also stole someone else's wife, too, according to these trolls on the internet. How do they know? How do they know we ain't having a little threesome or whatever? They up in our business. Don't do that. Marissa doesn't get to decide placement. The judge will let her know that real quick and will not pity a child who wants to live with a step-parent who allows behavior and actions their mother does not. Their mom does not. Period, Pooh. Period. I know, it's funny as hell. Just like that Crystal girl, and who else was it?